Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild. Man down, know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row, crowd already know how I fly him to the.
Hey, yo, it's your boy, your cousin, your nephew, the Grappler Region Best Cat Secret. All right, the Don, Chaz Evans, and you're checking out the hottest debate show in all of pro wrestling, Chaz and Friends. Let me introduce to you my friend. Introducing first, all right. Look, he's the guy that really runs this podcast. He gets all the accolades, all the praise, because like if there's no him, there's no 3 count. But ladies and gentlemen, he is the Red Dog of Red Dogs. He is the landlord of the Dog Pound. All right, and if you're in the New England area, you should book him. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Red Dog. Oh,
that's right. It's the Air Force Veteran Intel Specialist, the one you call on when you need to get your job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog. That's right, your favorite good guy with bad intentions. Also the DICK of this industry, the Dog in Charge Kid, and last but not least, the ridiculously kissable one, and the biggest pusher of pure ignorance here today. What's up? Let's go.
You're not gonna, oh wow, you're not even gonna leave the actual hat on. That's crazy.
No, we gotta switch it back over.
That's crazy. Wow, that's okay. Alrighty then. Well, introducing next as he peeks through like the creep innuendo. He is the Dark Lord himself. He is the supervillain. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Damien Fatal.
You know what it is.
Yeah. Shout out to Damien and last week for pulling out the very first ever Damien and Friends. All right. As he traverses throughout his house. Yes. It was crazy. Like you actually had people watching the show. I think we had more people watching the show when you were doing it than when we actually do it. So I think Cliff, I think we might crazy. I think we might just,
we might have to just leave it.
No, you can't do that.
No,
it's all you.
Yeah, bro. You're the needle mover.
You're the tribal chief.
You're the tribal chief. You know what? You get my hottest wrestler of the week. You get hottest wrestler of the week. But anyway, if you haven't already done so, if you don't know about us, guess what? Follow us on all your favorite social media sites. 3count_pod on Twitter or X. I'm calling it Twitter because that's what it is. And that graphic right there that has a little bird will stay a bird.
Oh, you're not going to the other thing?
No. First of all, no, we're not acknowledging that he changed it to X. We're not doing that. We're not doing it. It's Twitter, and because my app still says Twitter, so it's Twitter.
Oh.
Anyway, follow us on Instagram.
I will change over to X because X gonna give it to you.
Oh,
we miss you, DMX.
I do miss DMX and all his crazy shenanigans.
I do too.
Hey, dog, follow us on the 3count pod.
Look, when you're a famous rapper and you pose as a police officer to steal somebody's car, you definitely steal hood.
I just imagine that like all of his rap beats and stuff that he comes up with. Could you just imagine just be a fly on the wall? Like he's like, sometimes you gotta have a beat that's like da 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 da.
No, my favorite is his Rudolph. Yeah. And he did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What? That's one of my favorite right there. DMX is Rudolph. All right, look, seriously, if you haven't already done so, follow us on 3count pod on Instagram and TikTok and on the Threads. We are on Threads. Okay. As Cliff takes it away. But 3count_pod. Damien and no friends.
Oh, I don't have any friends. Okay.
Actually, it was more the other guy. Oh, Twitch.
Said Twitch.
Twitch was okay. He's the needle. It makes sense. He's probably watching this too.
He's He's all happy. He's like, oh, they're talking about me still on the show.
He's probably watching this right now and is like, oh man, Chaz is going to hit me up talking about, hey, you want to be on the show?
You want to come back and be a permanent member instead of just like a special guest?
Exactly. Like, you don't have to be a part of Damien and Friends. You can do Damien and Friends, or you can be Chaz and Friends. We can swap him out with Damien.
Oh, so you're gonna get rid of me now? I get you views, and you're gonna get rid of me. Wow.
Hey.
We'll call it Twitch. We'll call it Twitch and Friends.
Oh man, make sure you
I'm part of that.
hit that subscribe button on YouTube. All right, who are catching us on the live stream on YouTube and on Facebook Live, hit that like button. Subscribe, share everywhere. Tell all your friends about the 3 Count Podcast Debate Show. All right, let's talk about. You good?
Hey, that's if you guys don't know, obviously, my dog decided that she wanted to come join in, and she is just panting away because she was outside and sneezing. Y'all can probably hear it.
Everyone's just in the shot today. Everyone's on the 3 Count Pod.
Yeah, she's like trying to sneeze. Yo, it is the funniest thing I'm watching right now. She's like,
better.
Oh,
that's better. Too much light.
He said it was too much. Insane. That is crazy.
Oh all right.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, please, and give us a 5-star Frog Splash review off of Mount Everest.
Wow. Totally just moved my whole shot. Thanks.
Yeah. Off of Mount Everest. So give us a 5-star Frog Splash off of Mount Everest for us on Apple Podcasts. Let's get right down into it. All right. Temp check. We're gonna start off hot. Temp check. All right. For those who don't know, temp check. You give us our hottest and our coldest wrestler going into this week. Red Dog, what you got? Temp check.
I guess I want to start with my coldest wrestler of the week first. It's just kind of weird because like this person, as much as they're like starting to move along, they're just really kind of like fading off too. So I don't know. It's weird to kind of explain it that way, but I think this week I'm gonna have to go with like Darby Allin.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, Darby was like starting to get like revitalized, and then like I don't know, man. This whole storyline with Swerve, like I like it, but it's also he's just kind of doing harm to him because like a lot of stuff that he likes to hit, like the Last Supper and stuff like that, like people are kicking out of. So it's like you're kind of losing your momentum a little bit about like what you're doing and who you are. So I'm like, we got to get that. We got to bring that back. Hottest wrestler
kicks out of everything.
But like that Last Supper was like pretty protected for like the longest time, and then out of nowhere it was like it's boom. Now suddenly like here's, and I get it. It's Swerve, right? Swerve's kicking out of it, and we're giving props to Swerve, but it's just weird because I just don't want to see somebody kind of like keep losing momentum. So I'm just I'm on that fence. But as far as hottest wrestlers have to go, notice I put the S on the end because let's be real. We can talk about the main scene. We can talk about Roman. We can talk about Jay. We can talk about all those guys, right? But I want to bring up a specific team that I watched the last couple nights. Right, got to see him at the Wrestling Open. I got to see them at Pro Wrestling Grind, and they are now gonna know this because if you're not knowing, you gotta stay woke and represent the team of Culture Fucking Inc.
Oh, you didn't tell me you bought their shirt.
I got it. Yeah.
Wow.
Repping the merch too.
Not only were you wearing a Culture Inc. shirt, you decided to put the Pure Ignorance hat on too. Knowing, you can't do that. You gotta pick a side. Nah, you gotta pick a side, bro.
Nah, we're gonna pick all right. Here's what we do. So
you gotta pick a side.
It's pure ignorance for the Culture F and Inc. I mean.
Wow, you can't
Red Dog
about
does.
that was like
what's your temp check, Damien?
All right.
Man, crazy today.
My hottest. I gotta think about it. Hold on. All right, I'll go with the cold first. We already know who it is. We all know.
You're not.
It's Chris Jericho.
I'm about to say we like to hear you say it. This is Chris Jericho.
It's Chris fucking Jericho. God, I hate him. Did he even do anything this past week? Was he on TV?
He
What was
was.
he?
He was.
Did he?
I missed it. I must have missed it.
Oh,
Thank
that's right.
goodness.
Like the episode was basically all around him. Though, how did you
Yeah.
miss?
He took,
I don't know.
he took, let's
I
say
don't.
he did the tag match.
I fast
Well,
forward to a lot of that.
he has a tag match this week.
Yeah,
He
this
did.
week.
They had the whole angle where Tay Conti and AJ was it Anna JS and then everybody like approached him and like was
Yeah.
talking to him about like he had a lot going on. Plus
Yeah.
the dinner with
With Don
dinner.
So the funny thing, we'll go back to Chris Jericho actually, and after you tell me your hottest wrestler, because the funny thing about Jericho, it's funny with Jericho.
I know. He's like stuck thinking about his hottest wrestler.
Oh no! That's my hottest wrestler.
Oh,
You're one.
you're one.
Has to be.
Oh, the tribal chief.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cute. That's a lot. That's a lot. That was way too much.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I mean, the whole one thing now, that was the Usos thing. Really, like.
Yeah, it was until he stole it. Rightfully so, because he's the one.
He stole it.
He's the only. He is the only one.
He's the only one.
He's the only one.
But yeah, that's who I'm picking.
Okay, so all right, back to the Jericho thing. The funny thing is this whole Don Callis family little joint he got going on. I actually am starting to get behind it.
Of course you are.
Because it get rid of the JAS that I have been hating that group since the day it was formed. Just a clump
me and you're
of
gonna have
people.
to. Me and you're gonna have to evaluate our friendship.
That's look. Let's just see how. Look, let's see how it play out. I like this a little bit. Like, is he going to join? Is he not? Like,
you know what I like about it though? I like that it's taken because the inner circle as well as the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society was all about Jericho. I like the fact that it's kind of Don Callis' thing and not Chris Jericho's thing.
Yeah. Like Chris isn't the focus.
You know what I would like to see? Is he gonna retire or is he just gonna walk away? There's not stay. It's either he's gonna walk away or retire. One of the two. I just want him to break his toe so he can't wrestle.
You know what? I'm not mad. At least it's like I need him to tear an MCL or something. Like
nothing major.
He got 9 toes left. He's all right.
I might not like the guy, but I don't want him to be injured. Just enough that I don't gotta see him on TV.
Oh my goodness!
I guess
so
for a year.
But anyway, I knew it was gonna be a ridiculous number, just a broken toe. Give you 2 months, you'll be straight.
Uh-huh.
He needs to take a whole year off of that broken toe. You gotta make sure it's healed.
Oh my goodness. My coldest wrestler is Darby. It's same. I don't know, man. I think the build to Darby when they did the Fatal 4-Way, I just haven't been behind him. It's just been a whole bunch of meh.
Because they dropped the ball. It should have just been him and MJF 1-on-1. If you want to keep it real.
It's everything. It just nah. You seen the episode when SpongeBob tastes snail food and he squishes up. He squinches up and he's all brown and stuff. And that's legit how I feel about that guy. Every time it's just. But my hottest wrestler. You ready for this?
Who's that?
Are you ready?
Sean Spears. No.
Sean Spears is your hottest wrestler?
Absolutely, positively not.
Mr. Royce.
That's JJ. That's Josh. That's Josh. Mr. Roy. Oh, he used to get on my nerves.
No, that's why. No, I agree 100%.
He used to get on my nerves with that. But no, my hottest wrestler of the week Jay Bougie. Jay Bougie.
Oh my god, dude.
Yep.
Either fight the man or don't fight the man. Stop bringing his name up in every conversation.
I was getting ready to say, like, you being very fickle.
I gotta give props to this dude. This isn't. I gotta give props to this dude, man. Boomai is for the people. Boomai is for the people. I was impressed, and that's all it gets.
I get it, but you over here like, yeah, look at him. He's so great. Oh, after last year, remember, like, it is so weird because like you essentially like you and JJ don't fall far from like the tree. You all share the same branches because like clearly like last year you was like hating Jay Bougie, and then it was I like Jay Bougie now. It was he hated Pat McAfee, and then JJ loves Pat McAfee. Like yo, so funny.
I didn't say I like the dude.
All right, whatever. You over here like I'm gonna might as well have said like I'll take the 3 count for him. Oh wait, you already did that once.
Oh, that's cool. So actually, Takeover beat Pure Ignorance. Jay Bougie didn't beat the band.
All right.
He didn't beat the Don.
Oh, I like that.
Takeover.
He didn't beat me.
You
beat us.
Exactly. He beat us. No, not just he. They
beat us.
They beat
that went
us.
by too quick. Sorry, the hottest wrestler is the sun.
A1. That's one. Let us know your hottest and coldest wrestler on Twitter. Hashtag TempChat at 3count_pod. It's Twitter, not X. All right, let's get right into the first debate topic. It's not X, it's Twitter.
Get him out of here.
First of all, Collision is awesome, guys. Collision is my favorite show now. I like Collision more than Dynamite. We'll probably get into that as well. But do we really need to see Ricky Starks versus CM Punk for a third time? Let's start off. Let's start off with you, Damien. Then Cliff. Then I'll go then.
It's been interesting, actually.
No. Oh. That's okay.
That's a run.
Yeah, no, surprisingly, it's been interesting, actually. The only thing that has bothered me about this whole entire thing is what Starks did last night. It was really cool when he came out of there. I came from out of the back, just talking and walking to started to walk down the ramp and interrupt Punk. Like I was with it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. No music. He's just coming down straight, interrupting. This adds fire, and then he ruined it for me. That ruined the rest of the promo.
Yeah.
My wife was making fun of him.
Yo, no, actually, I love that. All right, I'm gonna let him as we finish. But I gotta put this. I love that he came out and it was like, oh wait, let's do this right, and then just ran to the back, and then this music started. I popped.
No, but it
I
was
did too.
funny.
I thought that was great.
It was no, don't get me wrong. It was funny because he just said, "Pretend like y'all didn't see me."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, you didn't." No, you
oh my
didn't.
god, this is why
that kind of took me. But at I'm like damn near a wrestling purist, so that kind of ruined it for me because it was like. But it was better that you came out with no music. It made it more serious. Like he was like, you know what I mean? He was like taking things a little bit more seriously. And like, I don't know. I just think it would have been better if he just had to continue to go down to the ring and speak his piece. I would have been able to get into it a lot more. But outside of that, I've enjoyed watching them tangle. So yeah, I'd like to see this last one and see how it turns out.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
It's because you have.
And I love Rick. Now look, no, that's not true. Wow.
That's your generation, sir.
First, I'm a millennial. Thank you very much.
Still,
I'm not a Gen
you're,
Zer.
you're like on that end cusp.
Yeah, you're the cusp.
Not the point. We still used dial-up growing up.
Look,
couldn't be
you
on the
still
phone.
got.
Barely.
Yeah, I know, right? What?
You probably
For
had
like a
like
year?
dial-up. No, not even that. You probably had it for like a month and was
No,
like,
no.
And the mom was like, "Hey, we got to upgrade to DSL."
No. We had it for like 3 years.
Stop.
It was like 3 years.
You was 3 when you got it.
Look, you're a millennial with Gen
It's like
Z
4.
tendencies.
It's like 4 we had. Like 4 we had the internet.
You heard me, right?
Or 5. Because my grandparents had the internet before we did at the house. I remember that. We can only go online. It was like it had an e-machine.
You are a millennial with Gen Z tendencies.
That's not, no. I work with I work with the Gen Z kids. Those are the kids I teach, so they keep me fit. I was told I had Riz.
Off on you.
I was told I had Riz, and so
my son said that to me, and I smacked him.
First of all, what did you say to me? You're gonna take them words back.
I remember those. I remember those 4 channels only.
I do remember those 4 channels.
But anyway, back to the point. Yeah, I'm over it.
Sorry.
Thanks. We've seen it twice now, and it's not like it's going to be any different. Now, not to say that those two won't put on a banger matches. I think both matches have been fire. Not saying that it's like the match won't be great, because it will be. It's just let's move on. And now also I think that with the stipulation of the real world title, and then Punk just putting the X over top of it, I think it's just bleh. Like, okay, is Collision getting its own bout at some point? And if there is, I think that's a sham. It goes into this. I think that falls into the same line as
they're gonna add another fucking belt.
Exactly. This will be the World Heavyweight Championship as the consolation prize, which I think is bleh. But that's what I'm saying. I'm over it. I've
been enjoying the matches.
And I think I think the storyline purpose in me is purist. I mean, it's just like, why are we doing this again? We've seen it twice, and it feels like it's been back to back, even though it hasn't been. Like it's been breaks. I think they did promo right to the finals, because wasn't the finals?
It was them in the finals.
Yes, and then they didn't have the rematch till not the
no,
next.
because
it was the collision after that.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think
Because who did he face when he returned? Oh, he was in a triple. He was in that. He was a 6-man.
That's
Punk. Punk
Yes.
was in the 6-man.
Yeah, it was yes.
And then his first move was against Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm over it. I'm like, let's move on. I like Ricky Starks. I like to claim that I was an A1 since day one when he was on NWA. Like Ricky Starks is really good, and like him being on Collision gives him a really good show to spotlight himself and really show like how great he is. And let's just move on from Punk.
He'd be greater if he completely leaves the company.
No, I think he's not yet. No, because LA Knight's doing the same shtick. To
They could use him in NXT.
You got Mello there.
I'd like to see him in Mello.
Him and Mello was spank. That'll be fire.
Exactly.
Him and Mello don't miss. That'd be fire.
As long as you can get rid of Trick Williams
I like
hate
Trick.
him.
I like Trick.
I can't. Of course you do. Of course you do. Dude, he's horrible.
No, he's great.
Okay, hold on. Let me
He's
rephrase
great.
that.
He's great.
He's a very athletic. In ring isn't bad. It's the character. I can't do
Man,
it.
he's the greatest hype man, bro.
I can't do it.
You seen the greatest showman?
I can't.
The greatest hype man. That's him.
No. He just needs to be repackaged.
Oh man, no. Well, then repackage him when they send Mello up to be when they form the new the new Hurt Business with him, Bobby, and
he reminds me of somebody's cousin Tay Tay from the block.
All right, Cliff, go ahead.
Oh,
the Punk.
I think for me, I think I just kind of needed a break from the back and forth, right? Because we're like up in the States, right? So like, cool. So we had obviously Owen Hart. We have this. Now we're having the uncrowned champion, right? As Punk likes to say. I kind of need a break from it, or at least put it on a bigger show. Not saying that Collision isn't great. Collision is amazing. It's just that it needs. It is. It's almost. It's weird. It's almost like they've learned from their mistakes of what's going on Dynamite and just applied them to Collision, and now like we're seeing that great stuff.
Dynamite.
Yeah, pretty much is what it kind of felt like. But it's weird too, because it's like you're watching the show and you're like, man, I just kind of want to see more wrestlers like get showcased. Not that I'm trying to take away from the topic, right? But it's like we have like you're just putting Punk because you want Punk to get Starks over. Cool. Starks is over. Like he's loved by that crowd. And he gets hated by that crowd. But it's like Punk, you don't have to have the CM Punk seal of approval to like be something in that company. And I just kind of feel like Punk's like, hey, I want to run 3 matches with this guy and for the title, and I'm going to beat him for the title. And then he'll just go on and he could face other people and still like be a top notch, either babyface or heel, wherever he wants to go. But it's like, but we don't need him facing you now. You could face him at Wembley, right? Like that's your next big show. There's no reason to have the match now, right?
No,
like back to back.
He's facing Kenny at Wembley. He's facing Kenny. I got a strong feeling that's what's happening. He's facing Kenny.
Maybe. It just doesn't need to happen for me. I'm just kind of like, I don't need the match right now, right? There's so many great talent that's on that show that you can kind of showcase. Like, I don't know, maybe the guy that CM Punk said he wanted to focus the show around, right? Like that could be tops, but no, we don't see Powerhouse anywhere because he's not on the show. The show that was built for him, he's not on there.
Oh, you're right. I haven't really seen him at all.
And that's the guy Punk was like, I want the show to be focused around Powerhouse. And granted, I'm not saying that it doesn't need to be focused around Ricky, but like Powerhouse needs to be on the show more often if that's what you really wanted. But like I said, I don't need the match right now. The match can happen next month or the month after. I don't really mind after that, but I'm just right now. I'm just like, I kind of want Starks to kind of just go and face other people and get more talent over so that Collision becomes a bigger brand in itself.
All right, what y'all think? Let us know in the comments and tell us, chat with us at 3count_pod on Twitter, not X. Val Venus needed to be repackaged. Absolutely not. Timeless.
That did not age well.
No, it did not age well as well, but it's timeless.
No, it did not. Dude, nothing from the Attitude Era aged well.
Bruh, every time I see how the Dudleys just bullied Meg, I just go, why are these men not in jail? This is assault.
It's because Mae Young was a G.
She was a G, and it just looked terrible. It's just every time. But all right, match of the week.
Like DX definitely aged well out of the Attitude Era. Like when they came back together, that's where we all gonna kind of agree. Like, yeah, we should have just left that in the past. But at that time, no, definitely was worth it.
Oh my goodness.
She's a very, oh my gosh. She's very, she gave birth to a hand. Chill out.
He did give birth to a hand.
Insane.
That didn't age well. That hand didn't age well.
No. Match of the week.
Didn't somebody throw up too? Okay, yeah, match of the week.
Briscoe.
That's who it was.
That was before my time.
He really threw up too. That's the messed up part about it.
Yeah.
Fun times, man. Fun times. Match of the week. You're right.
Ruthless aggression.
I got my match of the week. I already know where I'm at.
You know yours. I know. I got mine too.
Yeah. I still need to think. Y'all,
all right. What you got, Cliff?
I mean, it's gonna be easy because, like, obviously, I just put them over as the hottest wrestler of the week. We gotta talk about pro wrestling grind. Because the craziest part is, y'all didn't work this week, so I can't put you all over. But
I did no. I worked Sunday.
You worked Sunday. You worked Sunday.
That's still in the timeline.
You did. Yeah, you're right. If it was as good as what main event versus that match was on another. Like, I think the one thing that I really enjoyed, right? Because outside of that, right? Let me be real. Outside of that, I want to say FTR and Adam Cole and MJF, right? I love that match last night. That was a great match. But it's just something about being like in a building and experiencing something like that, right? Like just you're in the arena or you're in the venue and you're just watching a wrestling match going on and you just know, like, oh my God, like we're getting two teams on the indie scene right now that have just been tearing it up and they're gonna just face off, and you know there's gonna be magic inside of it. And when you watch like Adam Cole and MJF, you're like you have that expectation level. You're like, this is gonna be really good, especially with FTR, and it was. But when you see two teams like these guys, right, and you know they're not. Let's be real. Not everybody across the U.S. is gonna know who Main Event is, right? Especially coming from House of Glory. Not saying anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that it's just not a well-known team. But they get to face off with someone like who's coming out of Reality of Wrestling, right, out of Texas, and they meet in just a small town, and then 150 people make that whole match feel like 10,000 people. Like there's just an energy that you just can't get from it. So that's why I'm kind of like in that zone with it.
That's fact, yeah. That's how I remember that very feeling when Trish Adora won the Pan African World Diaspora Championship. When we were in that build in DC, and just probably I think it was 50, maybe 100 to sell out. But when she won, we all exploded. It felt like 10,000 people were there. No, I got you. I definitely understand. My match of the week is that ladder match that was on Collision. Whew. All right, and it has a Chase approval rating too. Okay, my son was glued to that ladder match. Okay, my 3-year-old was glued to this ladder match. So if he was glued enough to stay put and watch this entire match and didn't have Adam Cole in it because he loves Adam Cole. But it did not have Adam Cole, and he was on Amaze. I enjoyed the match. Andrade and Buddy, anytime those two put hands on each other, it's magic. Just great. And you add ladders into the mix, and it was just, I loved it. And I love ladder matches. My favorite match. Definitely gets my match of the week. Underneath that would be Prince Machiavelli versus JB Anderson from Fight Club Pro Wrestling. He put that white boy to sleep. He said, if you haven't seen the viral photo that's going loose with the same energy as LeBron James and D Wade, that is me. It's me. We should have pulled it up so everyone can see it. But go look on Twitter or my Instagram. You'll see it. It's on my face on Facebook if you find it. it's me, right in front of the camera saying night night as Machiavelli chokes out JB Anderson. It was just like I knew it was going to happen because I did. Because as soon as it's there, it's night night. But yeah, that's my match of the week.
Hi, thanks for welcoming me to New England.
Do you book big wrestlers? Book him.
My match of the week is Dynamite versus my DVR.
Didn't make it, did it?
Nope, didn't get all the Dynamite for some reason. Thank goodness.
DVR said, "Nah, we good here."
Yeah, that's the funny part. It recorded all the other billions of wrestling on all week, but Dynamite. Like for some reason, it just didn't record all the Dynamite. It was pretty funny.
No,
that's my match of the week.
Oh, got it. All righty then.
Oh yeah, I was being dead ass.
Nice. So this is a question I got brought in. I want to pull this back up, right? So just in case you guys didn't see, this is a good question before we get into our second debate topic, which could lead into our second debate topic. But it was asked, when does the E bring in the other Fatu brother? For those who don't know, we're talking about Zilla Fatu, right? He's at Reality of Wrestling as well, Booker T school. He just really had his first match, so I can't.
Not that long ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was like only a couple weeks ago that he had that first match. So for him, I think it's gonna be about a year or two that he gets put into before he gets put into the feeder system he's already in the feeder system, but before he gets moved over to NXT. Yeah.
Working with Booker T, he's already in the feeder system.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it probably. I mean, I get what you also have to remember. It also depends on his progression too.
Yeah, and I think they'll repackage him. I don't think they'll bring him right in as a
Yes, I did. I won because I did miss Jericho. So I mean, that was a win-win for me.
So it's funny though because like I understand like obviously it's Umaga's son, right? But I mean you have Jacob Fatu that's still out there too. Like you can't ignore the Samoan werewolf. Like that dude is a beast.
That's the OG. That's the OG right there.
That's my boy right there.
You give your respects to Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu is that dude. And then what I even like the thing is that like let's be real, like that family that you could legitimately have because the Samoan dynasty is ruthless on the indie scene right now. And it's like if you're not paying attention to like Jacob Fatu or everybody looks at to Lance, right? Anoa'i is also running rampant. There's so much of that family that's like running through the scene right now. Like you could find them anywhere. I mean, I know they're gonna be like, well, Trinity she's through marriage, but there you go. They're an Impact. They're attached to WWE. They're all over the indie scene.
Everywhere.
Yeah, they're in MLW. They're over here. Like they're just like it's mind blowing to think of like how much of that family has like just exploded all over the indie scene, and it's cool because we get to see them, right? We've ran into Lance. We get to talk about Jacob Fatu and his experiences over at like Invictus, right? So there's all sorts of them that they run all over. And let's see, they said I thought there was another Fatu and not Zilla. There's a few of them, so not that would be there's a whole like there's legitimately in California right now. Remember there's the Samoan dynasty that's led by Rikishi. That's like all over. So yeah. Yeah, I heard Chaz Fatu. Get that guy out of here.
He is pretty talented, because I am Samoan.
Yes, man.
I am.
If you're Samoan, I'm German.
Alrighty then. Good morning to you too. You can be German. Who am I to tell you what you identify as?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Who am I?
God damn it.
Who am I?
Yeah, they said only if you put on another 150 pounds. Yeah. I think what's funny though. I think isn't Lance? Lance isn't that big. I think Lance is like 180, like 180, 190.
Yeah, Lance
like he's not a he's a big dude, but he's not a big dude.
Yeah. All right. What's the second debate topic?
Yo, let's talk about it. Right. So tonight, right? Actually, in like 30 minutes, you're gonna see the NXT's Great American Bash is gonna be hitting, and then we're gonna go into Monday.
Oh no, Raw. I'm watching Orioles.
No, I'm just whatever. You could whatever. Anyway,
prime time Sunday night.
Everybody, and the rest of us who really don't care about the Orioles will be watching NXT. But then we have Raw, and then we're gonna go back to NXT, and we'll have Dynamite. For those who are signed up for Ring of Honor Club, where you can check out Impact on Twitch, or you can go watch MLW. Right, there's other things on Thursday. Back to SmackDown, back to Rampage, to Collision, and then. Maybe we'll have and then next week we have SummerSlam. So we do. We have all these wrestling. So the question and the debate topic is: do we have too much wrestling on television?
Well, hold on. Don't we also have doesn't New Japan show up on one of these weekend nights?
Yeah, we have New Japan.
Access?
Yeah, New Japan. New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, dude. Every night of the week, there's pretty much wrestling, or you can watch wrestling.
And I think that's the difference for me. Is I want the option to be able to watch wrestling, not like appointment TV. Right? That's where I'm going to come from. It right is I like the idea of I can pay for a subscription from Ring of Honor, right, and watch Honor Club whenever I want to watch. If I want to watch IWTV, right. Independent Wrestling Television, for those who don't know what that is. I want to go watch IWTV, right? If I want to pay to go watch New Japan on Access TV, let me go watch New Japan, right? But I think that when you come down to it, like USA having Raw, Fox having SmackDown, obviously TBS with Dynamite, and then you have Collision on TNT and Rampage on TNT. Like there's so much appointment TV that it's honest. It's a lot, right? And I forgot NXT as well on USA. It's just there's so much that you have to keep up with content wise that it's like you almost want to pick and choose what you want to watch, but you don't know what to pick and choose because you're just like, I want to watch everything because it's all going on. Not to mention that we're not even talking about the stuff that's like GCW going on, right? With their stuff that happens on the weekends and sometimes during the weekdays, right? Where I think right now, to me, that there's a load of content. I mean, just between WWE, right? You have 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, and 2 hours of NXT. Not to mention anything else that goes on after that on Peacock, right? So you're talking about almost 7 hours of content. Like, I don't want to spend a day of work watching wrestling all week. It's like I have to really pick and choose. Like 5 hours of content just between AEW, right? Their 2 shows, and they're talking about adding a 3rd hour to Dynamite. Like
that's what I heard too.
That's you know what I mean? Like I don't want to I don't want to have a 40-hour work week of just watching wrestling. Full transparency. If I get paid to watch TV and watch wrestling, yes, I would love to watch wrestling for 40 hours a week. But seeing that I do this, like I wrestle and I also watch as a hobby and want to do it for the podcast, it is a lot of content to take in. So to me, I think yes, there's like way too much, and we kind of have to start being picky and choosy about where we want to pay attention to.
Yeah.
I was just who the heck was I just talking to somebody about this? Might have been Justin. Might have been Chris Idol. Me and him were sitting there talking about it. It was just, it's like every day of the week. Every day of the week, and it's getting to the point where then if you get behind, oh God, don't get behind.
Oh yeah. Man, playing catch up sucks.
Yeah, because it's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna watch NXT tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. Oh, Dynamite, damn it. No, I'll watch it like tomorrow. There's Impact. No, I'll watch it tomorrow. There's SmackDown and Rampage, and then you get back and it's NXT all over again, and it's like, damn it, I missed the episode.
Or God forbid that you miss like week to week from like SmackDown, which I think WWE does a good job of like having the recaps. But God forbid,
Yeah.
like I didn't watch. So I watched SmackDown this morning, right? And it was like, oh yeah, Rey Mysterio was injured, and I was like, was he? I'm forgot. Well, I thought that happened last week. Oh no, yeah, no, this just happened. And I'm like, oh my god, like I'm so behind.
It blends in so. I don't. It's one of those things where it was like back in the day, you only had a few companies on TV, and it was just like, oh, this is so awesome, man! I wish I could watch it every day of the week. I'm very mad at myself for saying that. Like 20 plus years ago, I'm mad at younger me for opening his mouth. It's not healthy.
Even for me, when I think back to it too, like when we had like the Monday Night Wars, right, with like Nitro and Raw, like that was fun because you could flip some channels back and forth and you're watching both shows. But then when SmackDown came out and then Thursday night, you had SmackDown on Fridays and you had Thursday Thunder, like, bruh, I was like, this is a lot of fun. As a kid, like I can enjoy this. And then Saturday afternoons, you'd have WCW again, right? And now it's like, I was like, oh God, like as much as I wanted this as a kid, I don't want this as an adult because this is a nightmare now.
It is too much. It's like the first couple of years when we started the pod, I was going batshit insane, trying to watch everything. And you were watching everything.
I was watching everything
for the power rankings. And it is a lot, and
it's hard.
And sometimes now, I catch up through the social media, and like
I do that sometimes too.
Like I'll just scroll, see what happened, and like if it's something that really catches my eye, I'll go find it and watch it. Like I do that with a lot of Impact. I just don't have the time to watch Impact, and I love Impact.
I don't either anymore. I'm mad about it.
So I catch it. I catch the match, like a certain couple matches. Like, oh, let me go watch that. I'll catch it, at work if I'm just sitting there. I just watch matches. I don't, watch full shows. But I only watch legitimately SmackDown, Collision, and Dynamite, like live on the air when it airs. Everything else, Raw, I watch on Tuesdays. I can't do it again. No. I was doing good for a minute, but then it's been putting me to sleep after hour 2.
Right, like I'm like
I was good to the lead up to WrestleMania and everything beginning of the year. Y'all remember? I was like, y'all, it's been 2 months straight. I've watched Monday Night Raw. After WrestleMania, man, hour two hit, and I'd be like,
dog. And the thing is that when like WrestleMania week came across,
Takeover. That's the only one. That's the one. I do watch takeovers when they do happen, except for tonight because I'm watching the Orioles.
Right, because they're playing the Yankees. We know, like,
exactly.
But it's to me. I think where I get my problem is like when I was going, like, I love WrestleMania week, right? Because like you just get a load of wrestling and you can watch it all, right? And you'll have fun because that's what you're expecting. WrestleMania, everybody gonna bring out their best, and it's just gonna be a lot of fun. I just didn't expect WrestleMania week to just keep rolling over and over and over. I feel like it's Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
I am Bill Murray at this point, waking up like, all right, gotta go to work. What's going on tonight? Oh, we have Monday Night Raw. Okay, cool. Go to sleep. Wake up. All right, I'm gonna go to work. All right, what we got going on? Oh, we got NXT. All right, bet. I'm gonna go to bed. Like it legit is like get up, eat breakfast, go work. Come home, watch wrestling, go to sleep, get up, eat breakfast, go to work, go home, watch wrestling. Like it has become this vicious cycle of like so much homework. I remember like we used to do the quick cuts like on our TikTok page. If you guys follow us, I used to have to watch it every time just to recap back what happened for you guys. And I was like, this is a lot to like maintain. So I just feel bad for like the average person versus like, people who want to do this for content.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Especially if you keep up with indies.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Then you add that on top of all of that, and it's just nah, fam. I'm good.
And then you're trying to pick and choose which indies you
Yep,
want to keep track of.
Yeah.
Because like and I know for me, like this is funny and shout out. I already know this is gonna go. But I've been trying to get into the wrestling open for 2 years, right? Because I saw it, I thought it was a great concept. I wanted to do that and give all, and plus it was in Massachusetts, and I was like, yeah, that's just a great area. So now I'm here and I get to actually go and participate and hang out and watch and be involved. And I'm like, yo, this is great. But now I want to see like, well, what's going on with reality wrestling, right? Oh, what's going on with elite pro wrestling, right? Over in Pennsylvania. What's going on over in Tennessee right now in Chattanooga, because they have their weekly show going on, right? Then you're like, what's going on over in the West Coast? And so you're like trying to pay attention to all this other stuff that's happening, and at the same time, not trying to lose your mind as you're like shifting through. So yeah, I think there's a lot of televised content, and I think that it's become too much, and people got to learn how to, like, I know myself, like I've got to learn how to filter it all out and just pick and choose which ones I want to. But it's hard when you have to pay attention to, like, let's call it the two big ones, right? AEW and WWE.
Right.
Just them alone, it's a lot.
Yeah. They got two shows, at least two shows. They'll three. I mean, no, also main event that comes on Peacock, and then Superstars they still do.
Next level up
as well. So just these companies alone are producing 4 or 5 shows.
Well, let's play the numbers out, right? So 3 hours for Raw, 2 hours for SmackDown, 2 hours for NXT, right? Just alone.
That's 7 hours.
That's 7 hours. Level Up, right? That's an hour show. Main event,
9.
That's another hour. And then Superstars, right?
10.
There's 10. Then we're going to throw in AEW, okay? So,
wow, wait, off alone, WWE is producing 10 hours of content.
10 hours of content. A week.
A week.
And we're not even talking about like tonight, right? Where we're having Great American Bash.
Right. The PLEs that come on. You're right. You're right.
So we're not even talking about like the fact that that's going to be another 4-hour show, 3.5 hour, 4-hour show, right? We're not talking about like that one. So let's just, we know 10 hours right there. Then we can talk about 2 hours for Dynamite, 2 hours for Collision, and 1 hour for Rampage. That's 5. That's 15 hours right there. That's 15 hours. And we're not talking about, they also produce Ring of Honor, right? Which is another 2-hour show, right? So there's
17 hours right there.
17 hours of content, right? And you think about it, we sleep 8 hours a day, right? You're missing an hour of content. You're missing an hour of sleep. You're sleeping 7 hours. Like that is a full day right there. And we're talking about a week, right? That we're like, damn, dude, 17 hours of just watching wrestling. Like, and granted, for those who have done it week in and week out religiously, year after year after year, cool. God bless you. Because for me, I'm like, yo, this is not an achievement or a trophy that I want to win.
No, it was cool. Look, it was cool when we were stuck at home.
Yeah.
And we couldn't go nowhere. It was cool then.
Now I got a life now.
Yeah, life came back. I gotta go to work.
I gotta go to shows.
I gotta go to shows.
I mean, at that point, I'd be spending time with my kids.
This or that. What you got for us, Cliff?
So
the quickest segment in all the 3 count.
Yeah, let's go. This or that. This is gonna be kind of fun. I really want to take two kind of people and just kind of put them together, right? And just kind of figure it out where we want to go with. But I do think that we need to talk about who is truly the queen, right? So we can talk about the queen herself, right? Charlotte, everybody knows, right? Or Alundra Blaze.
Oh man. What's
up, Prince? You put it right off the bat.
What's good?
Yeah, what's
But,
up, partner? I got mine.
I need a moment.
Yeah, I
Need a
figured you would.
moment.
all right, go ahead, Chaz.
So I'm gonna go. Off rip, I want to go. Well, Lundra Blaze because Lundra Blaze, walks so Charlotte could run. Obviously, and that's factual. But even then, I look at all right. If you switch places, all right. If you put Alundra Blaze in the WWE of Charlotte's time, she fold. She would not be Alundra Blaze as we know her today. But if you put Charlotte, all right, at the time of Alundra Blaze, Charlotte still is going to be Charlotte Flair. Like, I think Charlotte is one of those generational talent because everyone uses that word out now for everything. But she is. Like, hater, lover, or not, you give credit when it's due. That women's division as a whole, at least in the States, started to really pick up when Charlotte and the rest of the horsewomen really, took over the division in WWE. So I'm gonna go Charlotte. Just because you could put Charlotte in any era of wrestling, and guess what? She's still a star.
Okay. I mean, I feel that argument, and I can validate that. I'm gonna go. Okay, so I know everybody putting in Awesome Kong. Cool. That's not the choices. So anyway, I'm gonna go with Lundra Blaze, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say it this way, right? Whether she was Medusa or she was a Lundra Blaze, right? She just kind of became like the trailblazer overall, and we saw her not only take over 2 different companies, right, in that women's division, but she also took over the monster truck side of things too. Because remember, she was a driver for a long time when she kind of left the scene, and she got over as a driver too. It wasn't like she was just like, hey, like, I'm just doing this for a PR thing. No, she put time into it, right? I think for me, I do understand that Charlotte will always be Charlotte, no matter where you put her, right? I think Alundra Blaze, though, I don't think that she folds if you put her in this division. Because she was one of those, she was a talker before like most women were like talking on the mic. True. Like she was cutting super promos. We talk about the infamous one, right? WCW dropping a women's championship, and she was like you said, she was walking the path before Charlotte got the chance to run it and elevate it. So I think I'm gonna take Alundra Blaze. I'm gonna put it over because I think she did have some fire matches with a lot of people that we still talk about today in this era. So I'm gonna go with Alundra on that one.
I'm pleading the fifth.
I knew he wasn't going. Something told me he ain't gonna choose. I knew he wasn't gonna choose.
I can't choose. I can't. I just can't. I grew up on the Lundra Blaze. I've seen everything she has ever done. And I mean, you made a valid point, Chaz, but I have to agree with Cliff. If she was in the modern era, I think she'd do just fucking fine.
No, I think she'd be what to call it, Emma.
I don't think so, man.
No,
she was a hitter.
I just, man, I don't know.
I think you know what? If you were to put her in this era, right, and we'll even back it up to like the start of like the Evolution era. I don't
think she survived that 2017, 2018.
I think so. Because she's on the same level as Paige. If I'm going to put her anywhere, I would put her like on the same level as Paige. Like, great talker. She didn't have to do a whole lot to get her moveset over. She really didn't do a lot to get her moveset over. She could hit like what she did hit. She hit clean, and she was over with the crowd. Like that. At the end of the day, it's just what matters. Is that if you can talk well, you can wrestle well, and you can cut well promos, you're kind of already put into great categories. So I feel like you can kind of pluck her out and just plug her into the next thing.
Alundra Blaze was cruiserweight champion.
Okay.
Just saying. She could go with all the dudes, and it looked great. Anyway, but then I don't want to bet against the Queen either.
I was about to say we don't
You
bet
know
against
how
the
I
Queen.
feel.
We
You
don't bet
know
against
how
the
I
Queen.
feel about exactly. You know how I feel about Charlotte.
ODB.
ODB is where it's at. I couldn't even front. It's it's this or that. You have two choices. You either take this person or that person. We're not saying who's the greatest female wrestler of all time. That's not what we're going with. We're just saying between two generational talents. Who is it?
So yeah, I can't choose. Sorry, I like them both. I can't choose. Yeah,
I think
both
it's
of
the
y'all
first time that
make
we've had
valid
that.
points, but I really can't. I plead the fifth.
I really, you know what's funny though is I
well,
feel like that is the first. I feel like it's the first time
you've ever. Yeah.
He said, "Oh,
Yeah,
excuse me."
I just don't have a choice.
All right, what grinds your gears, Damien?
We already know.
Yo, but first, it's not about us. It's about y'all. Y'all tell us, right? Tweet it out to us. Put it on Twitter or put it on X.
No, it's not X. It's Twitter.
Oh, he said X.
It's Twitter.
I did.
Not X.
Exit to us. That's how we shut down
Actually,
chat
you know
for
what?
a quick minute.
You already Chaz?
Exit to me? That man said exit to me. What? No.
I said exit to us.
No. Exit. No. Absolutely not. All right. You tweeted us. Tweet at us.
That's what I said. Exit to us.
Stop it. Stop it now. I'm gonna throw that can of pineapple chunks over there.
I mean,
stop it.
I'll be fine.
I realized that after I said it.
Anyway, actually, you know what?
Tell us.
It's been a good week. It's been a good week. Tony hasn't really pissed me off this week.
That's bad.
And maybe it's because maybe because I didn't my DVR saved me.
Didn't watch Dynamite.
I didn't have to watch Dynamite, so maybe that's what it is. Like it's been a kind of a chill week. So yeah, not like I think wrestling as a whole been all right. Yeah, like I said, the only thing that I really had to bitch about is, I guess, certain things when people do too much to take you out of something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, now you're doing too much. I can't. You took me out of it. So maybe that's about my only thing that has been probably grinding my gears, and that's happened all over the place. It's not even just in one place.
I just love it.
Planned Parenthood, yes.
This is over for this podcast, though. This is over.
Yeah.
It's taken a year, but this is over.
Yeah. So yeah, Planned Parenthood didn't piss me off this week. So it's just been a little bit sprinkling of all over the place of people they're doing too much. Like back it down a little bit.
I feel like if this show was filmed in front of a live studio audience, Damien would be like, "You know what really pisses me off today? What grinds my gears?" And the crowd just out of nowhere, Planned Parenthood. He's like, "That's right, and here's why."
they usually do piss me off. They usually do piss me off, but it's because I didn't see Dynamite. That's why. I didn't get a chance to see all of Dynamite. So
we're gonna need to get you an indie to watch so that can grind your gears. Get you an indie show.
Ooh.
You know what? I feel like if I named indies though, like you would like those indies because there's a unique indie feel to them. Like if I was like, "Yo, you need to go check out Old Time Wrestling out of Cleveland, Ohio," you'd be like, "Why?" Like, because they wrestle every match like a 1930s character. This piqued my interest now. Let me go watch this.
that would pique my interest.
When Ruby Soho goes to the promotion or wrestles as Ruby Riveter, like, yo, let me go check this out because this is so cool.
I might have to check that out. I am getting old. I'm kidding. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Cliff got IWTV.
I got IWTV.
Don't
You should
worry,
check it
I'm
out.
getting ready to get it. I'm getting ready to go get it because I still have to check that match that you want me to check out, Cliff. So
Yeah. Yeah. So in case you guys didn't know, it was a match that I had suggested last week on Match of the Week, which was Desmond Cole versus Brad Hollister. I say it again. Check out the Wrestling Open. If you guys are looking for the talent that is like up and coming, they more times than not have hit the Wrestling Open, and you can see them there. Everybody from Carmelo Hayes has been there, right? So you guys can go check out his work there. Of course, as we mentioned at the top of the show, right? Culture Inc. has been there. Your boy has wrestled there. Richard Holiday is there currently. Max Caster from The Acclaimed has been there, right? Of course, one of our favorite females who has been there, Becca is a mainstay there, right? So there's always a lot of talent that goes through that whole that feeder system. You guys should definitely be checking out what's going on with Wrestling Open, aka Beyond, on IWTV.
Definitely. So with that being said, my PlayStation users, you get a trophy. My Xbox users, you get the achievement because you made it to the end of this show, even with Cliff's dog panting in the beginning, with Damien not answering this or that, and to whatever else we talked about today. All right, if you have not already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all your favorite social media platforms, okay? 3count_pod on Twitter, not X, and 3countpod everywhere else. We are on Threads. Follow us there on Threads as well. I'm trying to think. Also, give us a 5-star Frog Splash review right off the top of Mount Everest, right, on Apple Podcasts. And then also make sure you subscribe and like us on Spotify and everywhere else you listen to this podcast. Also listen to our interview show, Now Into the Ring. Episodes come out every other day, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Check them out.
It's just Tuesdays.
Just Tuesdays now?
This year it's just been Tuesdays.
This is just Tuesday. I knew that. So Tuesdays, check it out.
You did.
Obviously I didn't. So Tuesday.
I mean, it was only last week that we had 2 interviews come out. It was just one in the morning, one at night. That's what happened.
That's what threw me off because I knew we had 2.
Got you.
So, but yeah, Tuesday, check out episode coming out. Do you know offhand, Cliff, who it is?
This week I'm not 100% just because I loaded it up, but I will give you guys some insights on like what's going to be happening. We are going to have Desmond Cole is coming on the show. I'm definitely excited to get him on the show. Dan Barry is going to get on the show. If you guys don't know who Dan Barry is, spoiler, he was at WrestleMania this last year. He was actually one of the security guards leading Dominic to the ring, right? He's going to be on our show. Culture Inc. is going to be returning onto the show, so I'm very excited to get those guys back on. Who else are we hitting up? Also, we're going to bring on Paris Von Clutch. There's a lot of great talent that's going to be coming back, checking us out. Also, Chaz will be excited to know that we are also looking at trying to bring on Main Event onto the show.
Oh, I like them. I like them.
Also, another faction that we're looking at bringing on to, which we have to just kind of keep in contact with them, Lights Camera Faction out of Los Angeles. Yeah, Las Vegas. I'm sorry, out of Las Vegas. Massive talents. So we definitely.
They're over here near me. Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna start looking and try to bring on some of those talent, talk to those guys, get a different view of what wrestling looks like for them, also with us, right? So it's gonna be a lot of fun. You guys will see.
Awesome.
Alrighty then. With that being said, thank you for checking us out. All right, thank you for watching. What you're gonna do now is we're gonna get out of here, but you're gonna hit another episode and listen to another debate show or check out one of those interviews. All right, like
listen to my show from last week.
Yes, exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna check out Damien and Friends, okay? All right, him and Twitch, held it down for us in the clubhouse. All right, you should listen to that show. Like seriously, right now, do it because we're leaving.
Go back
and let's go always.
Do that, and then after that show, go check out Now Into the Ring with Red Dog, because that's a thing too.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
He did. He interviewed.
Hit him with.
Whoa! Stop that! My takeover starts now. It's the 3 Counts resident supervillain, Dark Goat, the Dark Lord himself, Damien Fatale. And now, you're watching Damien and Friends.
Hey guys, it's the host of the 3 Count, Chaz Evans here. Make sure to let you know that I don't run shit, I don't do shit, I just talk shit. And make sure you subscribe to our podcast. What else did you do? You should also follow us on all social medias. That's the Facebook at 3 Count Podcast, the Instagram at 3 Count Pod, and the Twitter at 3Count_pod. Also, if you like us a lot, you should definitely buy a t-shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/3countpod, and that's the number 3. Don't be an idiot and type in THREE, because you're not going to find anything. So make sure you follow us at 3 Count Pod or 3Count_pod on Twitter and buy a shirt. Be there or be somewhere else.